Hey, look who's out and about today. It's getting long, huh? Alright, we'll leave him alone. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We got another guitar video, but we're gonna go low. Big bottom girls, they make the rock and world go around, don't they? We're gonna talk about bass guitars. We're gonna talk about the monster bass. What is a monster bass, you do ask? I'm glad you did, because I just so happen to have it right here. Why is it called a monster bass? Because there's monsters on. Actually, the word monster is actually on it. Because there's monsters on it. We got Draculas, and we have mummies, and we have Frankenstein's monsters, which I strategically put him up there. You know, we got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We got Wolfie. We got Wolfenstein here. Pretty cool stuff. This is a bass I picked up for like 20 bucks. 20, 25 bucks at a Savers thrift store. To catch you up to speed, I've had this thing for, God, 3, maybe even 4 years. But I made a video on my other channel. And now that I'm bringing guitar stuff over here, the original pickguard it came with, you'll see it all, is this massive thing. I don't know. It looks cool. Wait till you see the knobs this thing has. Oh man, the knobs just take it over a whole nother level. And then they cut over that next fence too to get into the other neighborhood. Amazing stuff. But what you're going to see here is snips from a video I had done when we first got the guitar. I did something similar to what I do here. I just put it down, we opened it up, we discovered what was inside, we made some speculations, and then of course we talked about plans for it. This is 3 years ago. I don't even remember half the crap I said, so it's gonna be pretty fun editing this video. But what you're gonna see is old. It's 3 years old, but you're at least gonna see, or I should say more importantly, you're gonna be brought up to speed on this guitar. I do want to talk about one more bass guitar real briefly. That is this jazz bass, this American jazz bass by Fender. Like, I was trying to think of another car body part that would have been funny to put in there. I'm sure other people have done it, but this is a buddy of mine's bass, and we do have a video on this on the channel. Just look for the recovery bass, I think I called it. He gave it to me about 2 years ago and said, dude, I don't want it to look anything like it did back when we used to jam. Because I'm in recovery now, and I don't want those memories anymore. What do you want me to do? And he said, just do whatever you want. And unfortunately, when it came to this guitar, every idea I had just didn't seem to work out. So I've had this thing for so long, to the point where, like, about 2 weeks ago we spoke, and he said, keep it, it's yours. He's unfortunately on a downswing, the poor guy. Lost everything. He reached out again and said, look, I have none of my gear anymore. It was all taken. Can I have that bass back? I'm like, dude, of course. I was never going to keep it to begin with. Ironically, his son lives right down the street, so if I could not have given this back to him at some point, I would have just walked it down to his son. But we did get it finished. It's not my greatest vision ever. But there's some lacing in here in the middle, kind of like what the lowrider guys used to do in the roofs of their cars and stuff. Here's a picture of what it looked like when I got it. And now here's a before and after that I posted everywhere because I was proud of it. Again, if I had more time, he said he wanted it back, and I didn't want to give it to him in the condition it was in. So I literally spent the past 2-3 days just banging this out. And it's the best I could do for, right now. This is a birch ply pickguard I'd made custom for it. And he upgraded his pickups to these, what are they called? They're quarter pounders or something like that. I know they're Telly. Oh my gosh, the Telly quarter pounders by Seymour Duncan are great. Alright, so I just wanted to show that off. This is going back to him in the next couple of days. So enjoy the video of the origins of the monster bass. And when we come back to see that again, probably right after the new year, maybe just before it, it should be up and playing. Hope you're excited for this one, because I really am too. One of those projects that you can see the end, but you don't think you're ever going to get there because you just don't have motivation. This motivated me to get a bass. And there it is. I don't have to buy one. Oh, and one last thing. Because I have to chop it up from an existing video, the music that's already in that video, I can't really remove it. So, at least I don't know how to do it. So it's going to be a little odd. My apologies for that. Just savers yesterday, just for shits and giggles. Kind of like I guess a mental health day, if you will. And I love going to thrift stores, though we don't have many around here. And this was there. This was there in the back corner on a shelf. The guitar was only $20.99. I think after taxes I ended up paying, the receipt is still right here. $22.30. Hopefully that'll focus. There we go. For any string instrument that would work, it's worth it. The first thing I'm thinking this is one of those like Tesco style guitars. I think this is a 60s, early 70s. There was an influx of Japanese cheap guitars. I call them hardware store guitars because a lot of people used to get them at hardware stores. You can get them at Sears and get them all kinds of places. It was just a weird influx of guitars and basses that would come out, and they were made in Japan, and they were built well, but they were cheaper guitars, and they're actually very highly collectible today. Not expensive to collect in comparison to, say, vintage Gibsons and Fenders and the like. And there were so many guitars that came out of those factories with different brands. Some had no brand whatsoever. These pickups are not the original. The original, obviously, with these holes here, would have screws here, and I don't believe there would be an adjustment. There would be no adjustment to them, and it was either one row of coils, a single coil on both sides, or it was like a gold foil pickup. There's nothing on here that has the same two kind of fucking screws. Look at this. Wowee. Wow. And you're wondering why I say wow. Because I thought this was going to be a swimming pool route. I genuinely enjoyed this. All right, those are the same. Oh, God. Oh, no, there's two coils in there. It's a little mini humbucker. As long as the coil's fine. I mean, the coils themselves are real small. Like a normal single coil or humbucker coil would be about like that big. These are like that. This is pretty interesting. I dig this. Yeah, that's the headstock. Maybe if I carefully sand that, I'll get to some kind of branding. But the back of the neck has been hit with this paint too. And it's actually not bad. I just don't know if I want to keep the thing red. So if I change the body color, the neck color has to get changed too. So these would typically have some kind of a sunburst finish. And that proves it right there. Here's the question, will the truss rod be any good? I mean, it has... The relief on it was alright. It really wasn't all that bad. Is there even one in there? Oh, there is. It looks like it might have some life to it. So let's play the game. Shim or no shims? I'm going to guess no shim. So let's find out. Do we have a shim in here or not? I'll hold this. I'll hold this. Is it in camera? Okay. No. Yes, there's a shim. God damn it. And it's a boy shim. There's a little void here. Let's see what's inside of there. Oh, just the block end of the. This is an old school truss rod. Wow. Very cool. So it looks to be a solid piece of wood. I don't think it's plywood. So let's put the neck aside. Take the bridge off. First screw I took out of the bridge. I don't know how the hell that was holding it. Hopefully the rest of these are... I mean, I'm replacing these as well, but... I mean, I guess you don't really need to go too deep. I suppose. I would think they'd be a little more substantial than that. But there's probably a good chance we're going to replace this bridge anyway. It just pulled right out. I didn't even have to unscrew it. That's gross. That's gross. So there's nothing surprising under here at all. So I'm just going to bag this stuff up the best I can. There was no shits nor giggles happening here, okay? I don't want to call this guitar neglected or abused. It doesn't appear to be abused or neglected. We'll hang on to that for now. So let's do this. Let me put the bridge in a baggie with one of its screws. I'm going to clean this up, and maybe I can offer it up to someone, maybe trade. I don't know. We'll see. I'll put one actual screw in with it. The rest of them, we're going to go into the garbage. Truss rod cover, I'll leave the screws on it. They'll probably poke through and stab me. We're going to give the pickups their own little baggie. Their own little snaggy baggie. There's the nut. It's the nut. And the rest of these screws are going to go into a box somewhere. You know what? I'll hang on to these again for reference later. There you go. Oh, strap buttons. Strap buttons. So what do we got here? Do we have Phillips? Or do we have flathead? Or do we have one of each? Oh, no. There's one, not one of each. They're somewhat consistent. We're going to be plugging a shit ton of holes. Alright, you know what? We're going to tape them together. So I'm going to leave the tuners on the neck. I'm going to focus on the body first. A really nice slab. It just needs cleaning. There's no divots in the wood at all. The frets, they're fretless wonders, real thin, like from the time period. But I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that. 100%. We're going to check to see if the truss rod works when we finally start leveling and crowning these frets. But yeah, I mean, the fret ends are really nice. No sprout, no sharp stuffs.
So now that you're all caught up, I hope you're not only excited for this one. I am. I've owned a bass in the past. In fact, I've had a couple, but I've never done anything with them. I've given them both away. One was like a harmony bass, which I gave to a coworker's son who wanted to learn how to play. It was one of those things where I told him I'd give it to him, but his kid had to get the grades up. So I had to wait like a whole semester of school time to give it to him. And, you know, I think I had an Ibanez back in the day that it might even have been hot. I don't know. But I gave that away to somebody, too, because I had no use for it. But I don't have one around the house, and I have been actually writing lately. I'm keeping that private for right now. And I'd like to eventually get one of those little red boxes. It begins with an S6, I don't know. And I guess they come with a decent little condenser mic and a little bit of a program to do some recordings and whatever. You know, just rudimentary stuff that I still don't know how to use. Hoping down the line in the new year to get something like that, and I'll just maybe get a small bass amp. There's a Gorilla one for sale locally. It's not too expensive. Be nice to get a little PV. I don't know anything about bass amps. I don't know anything about basses. But regardless, I'm going to be recording some music, so I figured why not get this bass together, since I already got the other bass together. And of course, we're going to take you on the final journey of this. I've already bought a bridge for it. Our friend Alex Valentine hooked me up with those mini humbuckers. In fact, we ended up with 2 sets of them, and one of them was in my Epiphone SL, which I have sold, believe it or not. I know, weird, right? Whenever the universe tells me it's time to let go, it's time to let go. I don't argue with it. And I do miss it, but I know it's in hands where it's actually benefiting somebody more than it was me. They're learning. And me, I picked it up once in a while. But we ended up getting 2 sets by accident. They're only $11 a pop, so, you know, what's the big deal? But thank you for that, Alex. I really appreciate it. I believe I got the bridge on my own. There's a couple other little things that I had in this little baggie of tricks. I'm pretty sure I have a couple of thumb rests, too. I can't remember. They're probably laying around here somewhere. But here in the next however long, I'm going to get this thing going, as well as the guitar we've already started. The one using just junk from around the house. We'll get that going as well. And oh my goodness, we got so much to get to. And I'm actually focused for once. I don't know if you've noticed that. I'm focused. Got a really fun kind of adventure video for you. We're going to be going to this place called Jordan's Furniture. Why are we going to a furniture store? Why would I be recording something? Well, look it up. Jordan's Furniture in Reading, Mass. You'll find out. You'll find out. It's pretty fun. So guys, thank you always so much for watching. Happy holidays to each and every one. You remember holidays, right? The accidents don't take them. So however you celebrate, please be safe. Please be smart. I want to see you here on the other end of the new year. We're getting all these cool guitars together. And I got some really big plans for this coming year. So, as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're doing well. And until next time, take care, keep it real, and bye-bye.